Welcome back to DIY. Welcome back to your DIY Closet Cleanse. I'm Michelle McFarlane, and in this lesson, we are going to talk about the prep work. Welcome back to your DIY Closet Cleanse. I'm Michelle McFarlane, and in this lesson, we are going to talk about the prep work, the actual preparation that you need to do for your closet edit and organization. And before, I know there's a lot of befores you go into your closet, but before you go into your closet, I want you to start setting up how you're going to distribute your clothes. So what I normally do when I am in a client's closet is I will set up 5 different piles. Wait, is it 5? Well, let's go through them. So I will set up a keep pile, which is very clear, like you're going to keep those. A maybe pile, which we will revisit the maybe pile at the end of the closet edit. And the no pile. And the no pile is going to be divvied up into a few other piles. So you're actually going to have a few no piles because the no piles, some of them you're going to have pieces that have holes, that have stains, that really wouldn't be appropriate for you to give away to charity. So you're actually going to have a no pile where you're just going to toss those out, or you can donate those clothes to some animal shelters. Not all animal shelters take those kinds of pieces, but some of them will use like scrap clothes for the animals, to clean up after them or for them to sleep in or something like that. You'd have to call your local animal shelters to see if they would be willing to use those. Otherwise, those will probably go in the garbage. And then you're also going to have your charity pile. And there are so many different charities that you can donate your clothes to. And it just depends where you are. Because I have students all over the world, I don't really have a particular one that I know is in every single area. But there are, especially here in America, there's a lot of different charities where you can donate your clothes if you're female. And they will actually distribute those clothes to women who need clothes for work. And so that's a really nice charity to give to, because you know that those clothes that you're giving are really helping somebody out. But even if your city doesn't have that particular charity, there's plenty of charities that you can take your clothes to, and at least your clothes, even though you're finished with them, can have a second or third life outside of your closet, outside of your house. So within the no pile, we're going to have the donate and then the garbage. And you may actually want to give some of your pieces to friends and family. Like if you have a dress and it's really nice, you could give those to, somebody in your family that it would really work well for, or they've liked it for years and now's their chance to wear it. So that's another option for giving stuff away. And the last place that you can give stuff away is actually consignment shops. So if you have some high-end pieces that have maintained their value, are in really tip-top shape, there's a lot of consignment stores that will take your pieces and they can sell them, and then you can get a percentage of what they sell it for. And I'm trying to think, there's a few here in LA, but I've just blanked on their names. All you have to do is do like a search for consignment shops and in your area, and a bunch should probably pop up wherever you are. And same with, these aren't necessarily consignment shops, but places like Buffalo Exchange and Crossroads. These are stores, they're not consignment because they'll pay you immediately, whereas consignment waits to sell your piece, and then once they've sold your piece, then they will give you a cut of it. If they don't sell your piece in a certain period of time, 2 or 3 months, then they'll give the piece back to you if you request it, or they'll just give it to charity. So Buffalo Exchange and Crossroads is a little bit different. These are more of like used vintagey stores, and they'll buy more modern, trendy pieces that are like in trend at the moment. So if you've got jeans or certain cuts that are from a few seasons ago, they may actually not take them, even if the piece is in outstanding shape. Sometimes they really just want to stay on trend so that they can move their product. And so those are good places. They don't pay as much as consignment stores. Like I've taken things to Buffalo Exchange, and $180 jeans sometimes gives me like $17. But $17 is still good for something that you pretty much expected to not get any money back on at all. And then if you've got really high-end pieces, consignment can pay you even more. I think sometimes they go up to like 40%. So it's worth looking into if you have the time. If you don't care, if you're just like, give it to charity, let somebody else get value out of it, let somebody else, really benefit from it, then all the merrier. That's great. You can just give it to charity. So it just depends on what your time schedule is and, what sort of effort you want to put into there. And things like eBay too, you could also sell, if you've got really nice pieces, you can sell them on eBay. But again, that takes a lot of time. So your no piles are actually, what was that? That was like 5 no piles. So you actually could divvy up your no piles into all these different piles. Because if what you end up doing, which a lot of my clients have done, and I've made the mistake as well, is if you keep putting all the no's just in like big trash bags, you'll find that later on you don't want to go through the trash bags to divvy up like, oh, this should go in the garbage, this should go to charity, this should go to a consignment store. You're just like, get it out. Because by the time you've cleaned your closet, you're just ready for everything to move out. So I would just do it ahead of time. Create piles on your floor. You can either use garbage bags and label each garbage bag. You could use boxes. We usually use big garbage bags, and then we put labels in them. So it's really easy just to toss it in, and then once you're done, you just walk it out and it's all finished. But so you're going to also, within your keep pile, those are going to have 2 piles. They're going to be the keep pile for things that you will immediately put back into your closet, and then the tailor pile. And a lot of people don't realize that they have a lot of ill-fitting clothes in their closets, but they could still really work if it's just tailored a little bit. So a lot of times we'll be able to find a fresh new way to wear things because those pieces were simply tailored, and then they just look amazingly better. Dresses sometimes can get shortened, a waist can get cinched in, and all of a sudden that old piece that you weren't pulling out because it just seemed a bit dowdy or not flattering can all of a sudden be super flattering because the tailor has now tailored it to your body and maybe modernized it by adding, darts or, lifting the hem. So you might have some hidden treasures that you don't realize are in there, and just a little bit of tailoring can do wonders for an outfit. So those are the different piles that you're going to create. So when you're in there, as you pull pieces out, you will be able to immediately put them in a pile, which is just going to make it so much easier. And when you're making the decision to toss something, and by toss, I don't necessarily mean in the garbage. It could go to charity, it could go to consignment. But when you're making that decision, you're going to choose pieces. Like, these are my toss rules. You're going to choose pieces that you have not worn in 15 months or higher. And, or if the reason you haven't worn it is because like there's special occasion outfits, that's a little bit different. But outfits that would be daily outfits and you haven't worn them in over 15 months, those are going to go, unless they can be tailored into something nicer. But things you haven't worn, things that don't fit you well, again, if they can be tailored, they will be. If they can't, they're going to go. Anything that's got pilling on, what the pilling is, like those little round balls on your sweater. What do you call it? The yellow underarm marks. If you've got like yellow stains on your shirts, those are actually, you can get those out, but it's a bit hard. Like if you could take baking soda and a toothbrush and really work on taking stains out. And if you've got the time and energy, you could do that. But a lot of people are just like, chuck it. Sometimes those clothes don't fit that well anyway. They're already overstretched. And so people are just like, get rid of it. But if you have the will and you really like the piece and you just want to get rid of those yellow armpit stains, then you can use baking soda, like with a little bit of water and a toothbrush, and just sit there and scrub at it, because it will go away eventually. But yeah, dry cleaning, some of the store-bought things that I've tried, they don't work as well as baking soda and water. Who knew, right? Baking soda water is like magic. So armpit stains, things that have rips and tears that can't be tailored nicely, with nice polish. Or I think that's it for my toss rules. So things that you're not pulling out because, also if they just like old and tired. Sometimes there's pieces that, to be honest, sometimes there's pieces that still look really good on you, but you're over them. Your relationship with that piece is done. Like you have no desire to put it on anymore. It no longer serves you. Even though it still looks good, even though it might still be in great shape, you don't want to wear it. You don't want to pull it out of your closet and put it on. And the whole point of doing this closet edit, the whole point of doing this closet cleanse is so that every single item in your closet you want to pull out. You want to pull it out, you want to put it on, you want to mix and match it into different outfits. That's the point. So we don't want to have pieces in there just sitting there that you don't really want to put on. If you don't really want to put it on, it goes out. And I also measure it a lot of times. I'll ask my clients, I'll pull a piece and say, if you had to buy this piece today, would you buy it? And usually that makes a very, strong decision immediately. Like people know that they wouldn't buy that today, so they get rid of it. And I think that's it for the prepping. I want you to make sure that you have your piles, because that will just make it hum and streamline your performance as you go through your closet. Because if you're sitting there and then you don't know where to put it and you're like, no, just make all your piles, your keep pile, your tailor pile, your maybe pile. Your maybe pile, like I said, at the end of the closet edit, you're going to go back to these pieces. And once you've done the closet edit and you realize that you only want pieces in there that you love, that you're excited to take out, some of those maybes will become definite no's. And then some of those maybes may actually be like, yeah, you know what? With the things I'm keeping, I think this will go really well with, A, B, and C. So your maybes, at the moment that you're pulling it out and you're uncertain, save it till the end. And, you were also, sorry, there was one more pile that I forgot. You're going to have, I always allow my clients 5 to 8 items of mementos, because people really sometimes hold on to things, emotionally, like they have a relationship with their clothes. And so you're going to have that pile as well. And then you're going to reassess it. So we're going to go more into that pile a little bit later, but I just want you to know that it exists. So that's it for your prep work for your closet edit. And in the next lesson, we're going to go into the closet. So let's get going.